Faith Kirantis from CBS 12, a proud member of Impact 100. Join me as we explore how this remarkable group of women is making a monumental impact right here in Palm Beach County. Welcome to Impact 100.
Impact 100 has been in existence for 13 years. This is our 13th giving year. And since its inception, we have donated more than $6 million to our community. Anyone can join, any woman can join and decide to come together with us. And we work together collectively to fund these grants. Every woman donates $1,000 annually for their membership, plus a $100 administration fee that helps us with certain costs and overhead. And then we take that $1,000 and every penny of that money goes to our grants.
Impact 100 funds $100,000 grants in 5 focus areas, including arts, culture, and historic preservation, education, environment and animal welfare, family, and health and wellness. They have brought to fruition important local initiatives that otherwise would not have become a reality. Here are just a few charities Impact 100 has helped in the past year alone.
That is a thermometer. It keeps the...
Meet Nick Metropolis from the Marine Education Initiative. The Impact Grant funded a sustainable agriculture education program where students are introduced to aquaponic farming. They learn how the produce can provide food for our low-income population and benefit our environment.
We have a 2-part field trip program where the students come into our facility the first time. They actually get to learn about aquaponics, what it is, why it's important, how it relates to marine conservation through fertilizer pollution. And they actually plant their own seeds during their first field trip experience. And during the second field trip, our education director actually goes to their facility or their after-school center or their school and brings the crops that the kids planted in their first visit, and the kids get to eat their own crops. So it runs full circle. Our programs have mainly helped students, beneficiaries of local soup kitchens, while also impacting the environment. In 2023, we actually saved over 100,000 gallons of water by farming in this way versus traditional farming. So not only did this grant impact the kids, the rest of the community, but it also impacted our local environment as well.
Another Impact 100 grant funded a shower trailer and a separate laundry trailer for the homeless. Meet Kathleen Megan from Interfaith Committee for Social Services.
One of the first days, a young man came up. He simply needed a shower and he needed a new set of clothes. And he approached me and said, "You can't believe how this makes me feel." I think one of the things that we give that's immeasurable is dignity. You know, the difference it makes to not have had a shower for days or clean clothes and things. And that's one person, but that's probably every person that comes in here.
An important program for adults with lifelong disabilities was funded by Impact 100. Meet Sherry Henry of the HAB Center.
The Impact 100 hydroponics and gardening program literally opened up the world for our clients. It allowed them to develop a new relationship with food, a new relationship with healthy produce and healthy options. I want to say thank you to Impact 100 members. I want to say thank you for believing and investing in a forgotten population. Thank you for shining the light on us. Thank you for opening doors for us. Our clients have been exposed to so many new opportunities because of Impact 100. For people thinking about impact, do it. Do it. You can impact change in this way.
Together, Impact 100 members are creating lasting change while also enriching their own lives. It's about more than just giving. It's about truly making a meaningful difference in our community.
The first part of our mission statement, which is to connect, engage, and inspire women. That's where it starts. And it's sort of a beautiful network of women of all ages, of all backgrounds. We have some younger women who are sort of part of the next generation of Impact 100, but we have a wonderful group of women who maybe are empty nesters or they are retired, and they want to plug in a meaningful way in our community.
We invite you to be a part of Impact 100 Palm Beach County, a group of more than 800 women transforming lives and our community through the power of collective giving. Together, we are strengthening our community.
Yes, it's Liz. Hi. Hello and welcome to the Impact 100 2024 Grand Awards Luncheon and Annual Meeting. This is the event we have waited all year long for, knowing that today the Women of Impact will award more than $1 million, to local nonprofit organizations to support their missions. Now this is news to celebrate. I'm Liz Quirantes from CBS 12 News, and I'm so happy to be here and to join you, our Impact members, guests, and the dedicated representatives of local nonprofit organizations. Welcome, welcome. The partnership between Impact 100 and these nonprofits is noteworthy because together we are changing lives, I'm sure, as you saw in that video. Sustaining and enhancing our local environment, we're bringing arts and culture alive, promoting education, and even caring for animals, helping families strive and thrive, and securing the health and well-being of our community. This is important work, and although today is celebratory, it is also our annual meeting, and during the nonprofit presentations and the voting, our serious attention must be given to the business at hand. So let's open our meeting, and as a member of Impact, I am very pleased to introduce our co-presidents, Kimberly Bolt and Janine Morris.
Hello, Women of Impact.
You are women of impact, and that is exactly what we are here to do today, make tremendous impact.
We will be investing almost $1 million in our community today, and that feat is something that we can only do together.
Our bond is the belief that as women, we can connect, engage, and inspire one another to transform our community. We have come together to care for our community, to take ownership and leadership of its future, and as problem solvers, to create lasting and beneficial change. Thank you to you, the 817 women who are the illuminators of this community. We are not just one, we are one of many. I'm Janine Morris.
And I'm Kimberly Bolt, and we are thrilled at the mission that we're going to accomplish today. The engine of our mission runs on the dedication of a team of loyal volunteers. They manage every aspect of this organization. If you can believe it, over 100 women actively engage to turn Impact's mission into miracles within our community. We'd like to meet these women today. Would the board of directors of Impact 100, both incoming and outgoing, please stand and remain standing?
Would the committee chairpersons of our 6 different committees please stand?
Would the focus area chairs and other members of the grant review committee please stand? Everyone remain standing.
Would our grants committee members please stand?
Would our membership committee and all of the liaisons that serve our members please stand?
And all of the volunteers who have served in any capacity throughout the year, please stand.
You may not realize the great number of women working to ensure the success of Impact's mission, but these women that are standing really say it all. Thank you to these volunteers. We really appreciate your work.
And in addition to our dedicated volunteers, our sponsors have accelerated our growth over the last 13 years through their unwavering and generous support. They are the foundation of our growth, and they have chosen to support us in a variety of ways. Our Dream Big sponsors, they have helped support us at a high level, and their funds have helped to sustain Impact and will sustain us into the future. Our annual sponsors help to offset the annual operational costs of running Impact. Both our Dream Big and annual sponsors are highlighted in our program, and you will also see their names on the screens. We highly value them. Thank you.
As an organization, we are committed. Yes, thanks for that. As an organization, we are committed to maintaining this event free of charge to our members and nonprofit partners, as it is not only a celebratory event, as Liz mentioned, but also our annual meeting where we conduct important business, the business of casting our votes. Our Grand Awards sponsors help us make this happen, so we want to take a moment to thank our Grand Awards sponsors. Marta Batmazian, our presenting sponsor. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you. Our legacy sponsor, which is represented by the 84 women who are Sun Circle members. These members are also listed in the program and will be shown on the screen.
Tandy Robinson with Goldman Sachs, our AV sponsor.
The Woods Family Foundation, our Mimosa sponsor.
BB Duke, our invitation sponsor.
Joanne Procacci, our music sponsor.
Boca Raton Regional Hospital Foundation, our entertainment sponsor.
James Ballerano of the law firm Day Pitney LLP, our barista sponsor.
Janine Morris, the Morris Group at Lang Realty, our floral sponsor.
And MIG, our technical and production partner.
Boca Magazine, our exclusive media sponsor.
That's right. And other friends and sponsors of Grand Awards, including Julie Payton and Kirsten Jovanovski. We also want to thank the designers of our Tables with Impact. Their creations are fabulous, and we love how they have elevated our event decor. Thank you very much. They are Petals by Joy and Julia Amory. REH Interiors, Boca by Design, and Architectural Design Studios.
Barefoot Bungalow Boutique, MS Interiors, Blue Dumos, and Just Darvini. Thank you to our table designers and to the ladies who participated in our raffle and the raffle winners. We have loved experiencing the beauty of these designs today.
When women support one another, incredible things happen. In fact, since the inception of Impact over 13 years ago, we have awarded over $6 million in grants to our community. 99 grants were given, and 56 of those were $100,000 grants. We also gave 43 merit grants. This year, we will be awarding $984,600, nearly $1 million in grant funding. This is an amazing accomplishment for only 817 women.
So for the first time, we will be awarding 9 $100,000 grants. We have the opportunity to award this additional $100,000 grant because one of our prior grant recipients from 2021 was unable to fulfill their grant through no fault of their own. We worked with this nonprofit to try to find a solution, but the unforeseen circumstances, which included a permitting issue, made it impossible to see the grant through. It was by mutual agreement that the decision was made for them to return the grant monies. And although we were very disappointed, This result allows us to award this money to another deserving nonprofit that will be selected by you, our membership, today.
We also have excellent news to report regarding our merit grants. Normally, based on our membership number, which is 817 this year, our merit grant winners would split the $17,000. However, we have an additional $67,600 to add to that $17,000. So this year's merit winners, there will be 4 of them, and they will receive $21,150 each.
You may be wondering how we have this additional money to award to our merit winners. These funds are also available because there were 2 other nonprofit organizations who were unable to complete their grants. As a result, a portion of their grant money was returned to Impact for redistribution. The fact that we are able to redeploy these funds demonstrates the effectiveness of our grants management process.
This is an example of how our collaboration with our nonprofit partners ensures that our contributions are used as they are intended, and in cases where that becomes unfeasible for any reason, the funds will be properly redistributed and put to work within our community.
Now, for a moment, let's stop and consider what your membership in Impact has accomplished. The results are nothing short of amazing, and they reveal the very heart of our mission.
We protected the lives of our community's most precious members by teaching 10,000 children to swim.
We connected fathers and children by rebuilding and strengthening family bonds.
We protected the lives of our community's best companions by funding veterinarian care for low-income families.
We fed the needy through food security initiatives.
We brought joy to the lives of our disabled children in our community through boundary-free playgrounds.
We gave shelter and security to the lives of children by creating transitional housing for aged-out foster youth and their children.
We ensured the brightest lights in our community entered college.
We brought green spaces and vibrant tree canopies to local urban neighborhoods.
We educated and protected our middle schoolers from human trafficking.
Now we are ready to hear from our nonprofit finalists as they describe the exciting projects that they hope to implement as a result of our funding. Ladies, let's get ready to invest nearly $1 million.
First, we will hear from the finalists in the focus area of arts, culture, and historic preservation.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Eli Cecil, international artist and creative director of the Ben Zeiton Center. So I'm just gonna go ahead and answer the number one question we always get. What is Ben Zeiton? What do we do, and what's the deal with the name? Well, our name actually comes from the Japanese goddess of inspiration, and that's exactly what we do. We inspire everyone who walks through our doors, and we spark their imagination and their creativity through the magic of glass. So we're a glass art studio, a community center. We support professional artists, and we teach classes to the public. We also provide free classes for underserved youth. So since we've opened our doors 9 years ago, we've had over 7,000 children come through for a free glass experience with us. They work one-on-one with a private instructor. They make their very own treasure out of glass that they get to bring home to their family and share with them. So with the help of your Impact 100 grant, we would be able to reach our goal of serving 10,000 children. They would come through our doors, make their very own piece of glass for free. On top of that, we're gonna bring in dozens of families to experience this magic and joy with us. They get to work as a unit to make a piece of glass in our studio. And then we would also bring in seniors for group tours where they see a live demonstration, a piece of art come to life right before their eyes. And we all know that art speaks to the soul and how transformative it can be. It's transformed my life, it's transformed almost everyone who's worked in our studio. And one example of that is a friend of ours, David Mateo. He's from a Guatemalan family in our neighborhood. He came in, took his first glassblowing class with us. We recognized his talent and his drive, and all he needed was a spark. He needed ignition, so we awarded him a scholarship. This allowed him to work with a third-generation Italian master chandelier maker from Venice, Italy. When this artist came to America and worked with Matteo, he taught him how to make the Venetian rose out of glass. And so now Matteo, not only can he make this glass flower at our studio and show it in our gallery, he's also taught other artists how to make it. And he's created a website where he can sell it. So this is more than just learning to make art or something beautiful. It's giving him a path and giving him business skills and life skills. And I just want you to think about how many other people out there, like Matteo, are just waiting for that ignition, someone to give them the opportunity. So all of these families, these seniors that we bring through, we want to offer them a new lens, a lens into a world they didn't even know existed. We want to polish that lens, and we want your help to help us magnify that so that they can dream outside of their neighborhood. Thank you guys so much. We hope to see you at Ben Zeiton.
Good afternoon. It's exciting to be here today at Boca West. My name is Michael Fraley, the Executive Director of Youth Orchestra of Palm Beach County, also known as YOPBC. This year marks our 30th anniversary as one of the longest running and most respected cultural arts organizations in Palm Beach County. We believe music has the power to bring young people together from different backgrounds and perspectives to thrive in an enriching environment. We believe music has the power to teach young people about understanding and appreciating human essence and aesthetics. We believe music has the power to show young people how to connect as a team and develop a work ethic and self-discipline. And finally, we believe that music has the power to help develop self-confidence, problem-solving skills, and improve school attendance. Simply put, qualities taught in music transfer to success in life. Today, I'm honored to be able to speak to you about our grant proposal, Equity in the Arts, Music Programming for All. YOPBC created this initiative to address the serious gap in arts education opportunities. Our program reaches out to those young people in the county with the least financial resources and access to music programming. Our proposal will introduce children to free, high-quality weekly music ensemble instruction and we will collaborate with this initiative with the internationally renowned youth development organization El Sistema USA, now in their 50th year. As an official El Sistema partner and affiliate, YOPBC will have access to their vast resources, published research, proven methodologies, and best practices. The need for this kind of program is urgent, and our goals are clear. Number one, create a safe and long-term environment for students where they can learn from positive role models and build healthy peer relationships outside of their current circles. And number two, eliminate the barrier of access to quality programming, excellent instruction, and free instruments by piggybacking on existing YOPBC and El Sistema resources and effective approaches that we know work. To illustrate how music brings people together and changes lives, let me tell you about Tabitha. Tabitha joined YOPBC on a full scholarship in the 6th grade. Imagine Tabitha's difficult home life as the child of a single mother and a father who's incarcerated. She was bullied so badly in middle school that she had to change schools, and as a result, she often struggles with making good decisions. But her past doesn't stop her dreams. She just needs a direction, and YOPBC is the one constant in her life. Through her involvement in YOPBC, Tabitha and her mother see music as her gateway to success and a positive future. And Tabitha is just one of the many YOPBC students whose life has been changed through music. As I conclude, please take a minute to imagine the impact your funding could have on Tabitha and many more children just like her. I've been blessed to have been teaching music for almost 40 years now, and I've never underestimated the power music has and the ability to change lives. I may be an orchestra conductor, but what we really do at YOPBC is orchestrate young lives through music while strengthening our community. I want to thank you all for the opportunity, and I hope that you'll consider our grant proposal, Equity in the Arts, Music Programming for All. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from the finalists in the focus area of education.
Hello, everyone. I am Andre Thaddeus with Connect to Greatness. Let's take a quick moment to imagine back to our middle school days. Remember those hard plastic lunch trays? The ones with the compartments for everything from the main course to the little juice box? I'm gonna share a little story from Connect to Greatness about our transformative Lunchbox Talks program. Picture this. Our Lunchbox sessions are held on the campuses of 6 schools. Some are in the principal's conference room, but the boys are not in trouble. Specifically designed for African American Black boys, these sessions are not just about a midday meal. They're about building bridges of mentorship and empowerment. In a world where racial disparities dampen the enthusiasm of Black boys towards education, our program stands as a beacon of hope. Studies show that an unwelcoming classroom climate can hinder academic achievement and perpetuate negative assumptions. Only 37% of Black middle school boys are scoring level 3 or better on the reading diagnostics, and only 39% are scoring level 3 or better on the math diagnostics. But through Lunchbox Talks, we are changing that narrative, and we are making the achievement gap a lot smaller. We believe in the power of culturally responsive mentorship. These boys need and deserve to see themselves reflected in their mentors. It's not just about academic support. It's about creating spaces where they feel seen, heard, and understood. We are building leaders. Our program is built on 3 pillars: connection, belonging, and trust, which are basic human needs. Connection happens when we truly listen and understand our boys. Belonging occurs when we accept and value each of them for who they are. And trust is the foundation that allows them to express themselves without fear of judgment. Let me illustrate the impact of our program with a quick story. Meet David, a 7th grader in the program. We recently discovered that David is a part of the Emotional and Behavior Disorder, EBD program at his school. But for the first 4 weeks of Lunchbox, we had no idea. When the school staff inquired about David, they were shocked to hear that he was thriving in our program. David shared that when he attends Lunchbox, it is the first and only time he feels heard and valued, the only time that he feels like he belongs. David's story is just one example of the transformational power of mentorship and shows the importance of connection, belonging, and trust. It's proof that when we invest in these boys, we are investing in a brighter future. So today, I urge you to think not just about the dollars and cents, but about the lives we can impact together. Let's continue to build bridges, empower our youth, and create a world where every child feels seen, heard, and valued. When Black male students thrive, entire school districts thrive. Thank you very much.
Dahuda Joslier was a 5-year-old boy with autism. A year and a half ago, his air conditioner was being repaired. When his mother went to sign the work order, he slipped out of the house. It just took 1 second. Every parent's had that 1 second where they've turned their back and lost track of their child. She immediately noticed he was missing and called 911. After a several-hour search by first responders, they found him a block from the house in a canal. Sadly, he died. My name is John Cabot. I'm the Director of Inclusion for the Mandel Jewish Community Center of the Palm Beaches. While I work at the Jewish Community Center, this is not just a problem for the Jewish community. Over 60 children with autism have drowned in Florida over the last 2.5 years. That's 60 children who have drowned. These are all preventable deaths, but unfortunately, most people don't have the skills to teach children with exceptionalities how to swim. There is no project more important to me than this one. When my brother was 13, my family was woken up at 4 a.m. to our dog barking. When we got outside, we found my brother and my dog swimming in the pool. I thank God every day my mother was a special educator, my father was a college swimmer, and they were able to work with a swim instructor to give him swim lessons when no kids with autism were being taught how to swim. Our Mandel JCC has designed a program in partnership with national experts to offer swim lessons to all children with a developmental disability. There are currently over 38,000 students in the Palm Beach public school system with a disability. Children with autism are 160 times more likely to drown than their neurotypical peers. It's 160 times more likely to drown. Our program will provide subsidized swim lessons to children with disabilities, regardless of race, religion, or socioeconomic status. Our staff leaders are going to be there to ensure that even when there are challenges, our swim instructors have the tools to be successful. And all families will leave us with a GPS tracking device in case the worst ever happens. 91% of deaths of children with autism are attributed to drowning. Every single one of these deaths are completely preventable. If a program like this existed, you wouldn't have to read these headlines. Dahuda Joslier would still be alive today. We have everything but the funding in place to make this happen. I know the decision you're about to make is a serious one, but is anything more serious than saving lives? Thank you for your time.
Next, we will hear from the finalists in the focus area of environment and animal welfare.
Hello. I am Jill Ross Nadler, and I am here to tell you about the Flow Show, which is a unique experience for kids that has the power to change lives. And this show teaches kids about Florida's water and water systems. And kids are our future. But without water, they don't have a future. So this show is going to empower them to care for the earth and care for our oceans and care for our water. And we are doing it in a totally unique, innovative way that has never been done before. So if you can see on the screen, this is actually the Science on a Sphere, which is this giant projection sphere that was created by NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. And there are very few of them around the country. There are just a handful in schools. And we have one right here at Galaxy Elementary in Boynton Beach. But while NOAA is brilliant at predicting hurricanes, they suck at creating content for kids. I'm sorry. I mean, the content is beautiful, but it is for high school and college age and older. And so these little kids in the elementary school, it's sitting there. It's not being used. And we want to change that with this show. So what we want to do is jump in with a show that has video that talks to the kids. It's going to be fun and use music and storytelling. And this is the video generation. These are kids that are watching video. So this is like YouTube on steroids. And we are combining that with a live actor who is going to interact with the kids, and they are going to become the main character in this show. So it is their story. Excuse me. I mean, it's literally and figuratively, they become a part of the story. And it's not just the Galaxy kids that will experience this production. We are going to bus in hundreds of South County students to experience this. And while there are very few in elementary schools, and Galaxy was actually the first school to have one, there are 175 around the world, so this has the potential for global impact, because really this content is needed. And it's presented by the FAU Pine Jog Environmental Education Center, and they have the information. They know this stuff. And I know how to present this to kids. I know how to make it exciting for them. I'm an Emmy Award-winning children's theater producer and children's television producer with PBS. So this is what I do. This is my jam, just getting kids excited about education through entertainment. And I actually have seen the power that this can have. I said to change lives, it can also save lives. I once did a show about water safety, and a mom contacted me to say her daughter saved her little brother's life because she saw my show, she sang the songs, and she knew what to do to keep him from drowning. Excuse me. And so Florida is the land of water, and we want to save it. Thank you.
Stay. Hello, my name is Ryan Onda. I'm a former Marine and the Executive Director and Master Dog Trainer for Simplify Service Dogs. We rescue dogs, commit to their care and rehabilitation, and train them as psychiatric service dogs for veterans suffering from post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury, and military sexual trauma. Each dog is individually trained to perform tasks that mitigate their handler's disability and restore the veteran's physical and emotional independence. Palm Beach County is home to 84,000 veterans, and 30% of our returning soldiers are diagnosed with PTS. We are directly impacting and changing dogs and humans' lives through a very specialized service. It is a statistical fact that 22-plus veterans a day take their own lives. Many veterans do not understand how to deal with post-traumatic stress and turn to drugs, alcohol, and over-medication. We offer an immediate way to work through those effects. Many veterans do. Service dogs require daily obedience training, socialization, desensitization, and specialized task work, along with constant practice and repetition. The average cost to achieve this level of training is upwards of $20,000. We have achieved this at $10,000 per dog and veteran, pairing through pack training and training multiple dogs simultaneously. Purdue University and other studies have now proven the benefits of service dogs for treating post-traumatic stress, but the VA and other veteran outreach programs rely on us to provide this service at no cost to the veteran. Most service dog organizations part ways after graduation. What makes us effective is that we stay with the veteran. We provide maintenance training and pack outings for life. Our dogs do not regress and become a house pet. And we provide social activities and camaraderie that is missed from our service days. After 4 years in operation, we have successfully paired 56 veterans with 56 service dogs and also placed 18-plus shelter dogs near euthanasia into happy homes. We are much more than a service dog provider. We provide a continuum of peer support, resources, and accountability. Studies prove that service dogs lower overall symptoms of post-traumatic stress, lower levels of depression, higher levels of life satisfaction, higher overall psychological well-being. They lower the levels of social isolation, create greater ability to participate in social activities, and cause less absenteeism from work. If awarded this grant, we will be able to rescue 10 dogs and save 10 veterans' lives. But the impact is much more than that. This affects all the people that surrounds that veteran. We focus on healing and reintegration into society, creating a better husband-wife, better father-mother, better coworker, better community. One of my fellow veterans told me he had written a suicide note and gave himself 2 weeks to settle his affairs. He said that this program literally saved his life. If it was not for his service dog, he would not be here today. That is why we do what we do. Thank you for your time.
Good morning. My name is Liz Dutra, and I am the Conservation Program Manager with the Institute for Regional Conservation. Humanity is standing at a crossroads. When we look back at this crucial time, will we be able to say we did everything we possibly could to protect nature? Well, with your help, yes, we will. Invasive species aren't just a threat to our ecosystems. They're a call to action, a reminder of our responsibility to protect the wonders of nature for generations to come. These invaders compete with native species for resources. They disrupt food chains, alter habitats, reduce biodiversity, and pose dire consequences for both the environment and society. If we don't act now, it's not going to impact your lives today, but it's going to impact your children and your grandchildren's lives. I'll give you a quick example. Imagine walking through a lush tropical forest at one of your favorite South Florida parks, only to stumble upon a dense thicket of vines choking out the native trees. This is reality when one of those invasive plants, called an air potato, actually grows insanely fast, and it chokes and smothers out the native vegetation. If we humans don't intervene, this once vibrant ecosystem will collapse, and we will lose that beautiful forest. These invasives, they don't just disrupt habitats, they transform landscapes. So together we can transform devastation into restoration, ensuring that future generations inherit a greener world. Our Reviving Biodiversity with the Urban Restoration Team is a beacon of hope amidst the challenges of our time. The convergence of climate change and urban degradation has made South Florida a battleground against invasive species. But we address the need to confront this challenge by gathering key stakeholders who will unite behind a shared mission to conserve and restore remnant high-value native ecosystems and improve the quality of life for families and communities. Our approach is twofold. First, we will identify 25 emerging invasive plants in South Florida, in South Palm Beach County. And by targeting these threats, we can make sure they do not destroy our natural heritage. We can spare our communities from greater adversity. Second, we will restore native key plant populations that will create habitat for native biodiversity to rebound. Our BOLD initiative integrates education, empowerment at all levels, from policymakers and land managers, students, and the public. We are igniting a passion for ecological restoration. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from the finalists in the focus area of family.
Let me tell you about a girl who struggled with her weight since the age of 7. She started gaining weight because she was forced to eat fast food, as she came from a working family and was raised by a single mom teacher who was trying hard just to keep a roof over their heads. She experienced an ongoing increase in weight throughout her childhood, through her adolescence, and even into adulthood. As a young adult, weighing over 200 pounds at 5'1", she was obese and diagnosed with high cholesterol. Unfortunately, this young girl's story is not unique. There are so many children who don't have access to healthy foods. When something is simple as having access, could change their entire life. My name is Deborah Tendridge, and I'm the founder of Eat Better, Live Better, where we provide nutrition education, social services, healthy groceries, and fresh produce to the community. We have educated over 12,000 youth on how to eat better and live better, and have fed over 200,000 people. There are 2.5 million pounds of healthy groceries and fresh produce that we went to families who just simply don't have access. Access means the ability to afford these items, or it means that they live in a food desert and they don't have access to a grocery store in their community. So why is access so important for those individuals who walk through our doors? It's because those individuals have limited access to healthcare or cannot afford to take off work to go to their doctor's appointments. They are cancer patients whose treatments are keeping them from going to work, but their jobs don't provide sick pay. It leaves them with little money where they can afford foods that do anything but promote cancer and cause disease. For those families, access to healthy foods can change their entire lives. It means everything. Ladies, we have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to empower change and transform lives with your vote, to invest in a program that creates the much-needed access that could change thousands of lives, along with their generational outcomes for generations to come. You can make lasting impact on children and families facing food insecurity right here in Palm Beach County. And with over 30,000 youth unsure of where their next meal will come from, their need is undeniable. We know that families feel forced to purchase high-calorie, low-nutrient foods because they are faced with financial barriers of purchasing fresh produce. However, investing in your health through nutritious choices have long-term benefits, and the positive impact it has on someone is priceless. That is why together we will create a farmer's market that creates the much-needed access to affordable produce. This is a transformative program that doesn't exist in Palm Beach County. It's self-sustainable and will impact hundreds of thousands of families over the next several years. Now remember that 7-year-old girl I mentioned a few minutes ago? Well, that was me. And a program like this, an opportunity to access better quality foods at a price my single mother could afford, would have made all the difference in the world. I founded this organization in 2016 because I wanted to make long-lasting impact and changes in the community. And ladies, your support has the power to make that lasting change. I ask that you vote for our Eat Better, Live Better's Farmers Market program today, so together we can create a healthier future for our children and families. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Brianna Beaver. I'm the proud program manager of Family Promise of Southeast Florida, formerly known as Family Promise of South Palm Beach County. Today I'm here to talk to you about our Step Up to Success program, and I'm going to start with a family story. Last year we were contacted by 2 siblings. One had 3 minor children, all under the age of 8. One sibling was 19 years old. The other was 26. They got into that situation because they were living with their disabled parents where, due to the increases of rent, they were unable to sustain and they got evicted. They moved into a hotel where the hotel told them there's too many people. So at 19 and 26, they had to make the impossible decision of, are they gonna let their disabled parents live in the hotel, or are they more suitable for being homeless and living in their car with the 3 children? They made that decision, and then they contacted us. We were able to assist them in intensive case management, mental health counseling. We were able to get them, with government subsidies, a place to live. But they wouldn't have needed the government subsidies had we been able to assist them with, on average, a $2,500 certificate that would have increased their household income by $15,000 to $20,000. To put it in perspective, this is not the only family there. McKinney-Vento, which is the Palm Beach County School District, March of 2023 identified over 5,000 homeless students, most of which are middle school age or younger. In December, in a 7-day period, 189 families were evicted from their houses. And this could have been something as easy as a $2,500 certificate. So I'm here asking you all if you would partner with us to change this. What we would do if we were lucky enough to get this grant is be able to assist those families in getting the education they need in order to be long-term self-sufficient. At Family Promise, we believe that every child deserves a home, and we know that that is done by mental health counseling, intensive case management, and education. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak with you.
Good morning, esteemed members of Impact 100. I am Owen Prager, and I represent the teens of the Fuller Center as their peer and as the teen program manager. Without Fuller, my life would be very different. My mother passed when I was 2, and my father took me into his custody until I was 17 to avoid foster care. For my entire childhood, I was on my own. School was the only place I felt safe and hopeful. All I knew was that I would not give up or lose faith in myself. I spent my 18th birthday alone in a dorm that I was only allowed to stay in until the summer. I came to the Fuller Center for experience on a bike that I had worked for 9 months to pay off. Fuller staff embraced me and helped me to forge my future path. Shortly after finding the Fuller Center, I graduated magna cum laude with a bachelor's degree in social work at just 18 years old. Thank you. Now, because of Fuller, I have my own apartment, my own license and car. I am no longer homeless, and I work full-time managing the program that helped me. I'm proud to say I spent my 19th birthday among friends and mentors. Fuller provided me with a career, financial security, caring support, and a bright future, as well as a family. Now I'm in a position to help. I know that my story is not the norm. For one, I was able to get to Fuller on that bike. Many teens are not, and they are missing out. Teens have always been overlooked. We are harshly judged during the hardest part of growing up, still learning who we are and where we fit. We are seen as young adults who should be self-sufficient, undeserving of care or investment, but in reality, we are scared of becoming adults with no clear path. These fears became very real in 2020. That was when underprivileged teens appeared on Fuller's doorstep to feel safe during an uncertain and lonely time. Right away, Fuller started providing service hours, mentoring, social services, meals, and scholarship and college application assistance, all to teach them responsibility and life skills. Staff even helped a student create her own prom dress, there it is, prom dress. At Fuller, no child has to feel shame or isolation, only love and support. Today, the teen program is one of Fuller's fastest growing initiatives at 127 teens in 2023 alone. Our goal is to serve them safely and efficiently, but many don't have a safe and efficient way to get to Fuller. Many are so desperate that they walk or bike for miles or even hitch rides. And many are just unable to come, and they miss out on these life-changing opportunities because of something as frustrating and fixable as a lack of transportation. We need a safe and efficient way to optimize their time for our services. Funds for a Fuller passenger van would make all the difference, and we need your support to make that happen. We need you to help get us from where we are to where we want to be. Every time a teen calls me saying, "I'm sorry, I can't make it, I don't have a ride," our community loses another doctor, teacher, artist, and leader. We deserve your faith and encouragement and a safe and efficient way to get to the Fuller Center so that these teens can build the foundation for success. Your funds will be long-lasting and impactful here at Fuller. Thank you.
Lastly, we will hear from the finalists in the focus area of health and wellness.
The Dalai Lama said, "Give the one you love wings to fly, roots to return, and reasons to stay." This is a metaphor for the preventative work that we are doing at Families First in our infant mental health program. We are providing therapeutic services to young children and their families in the Head Start program. Head Start is free, federally funded pre-K for infants and toddlers with families that meet the guidelines for poverty. Our program is helping these underserved children grow strong roots known as healthy attachment figures. Without a secure foundation in family and school at an early age, children won't develop the courage, tools, and confidence to fly, and won't have the supportive base to return to when they need guidance. I am Melissa from Families First of Palm Beach County. Almost 2 years ago, I was contacted by Head Start and asked to develop a therapeutic program for their 2 to 5-year-old students. Students returning to school after the pandemic were displaying a serious increase in problem behaviors that teachers were not equipped to address. These young kids had not had the typical developmentally appropriate socialization that most kids experience from birth to 5, and many had stressful pandemic experiences. The Head Start program is a pre-K program and does not have therapists available to the children and families the way kindergarten through 12th grade does in the public school system. Since most of a person's critical brain growth happens between the ages of 0 and 5, this is a problem. The alarming amount of brain growth happening in early years is incredibly susceptible to experience and environment. Children need a safe, predictable, and stable environment in order to reach their full potential. They need stable roots to grow wings. Let me ask you to stop for a moment and think about this. In 2021, over 80 Head Start children in Palm Beach County were identified as needing therapeutic services, but sat on a wait list and were never assigned a therapist. Opportunities were missed. These children went on to start school with disruptive behaviors, emotional disturbances, and unprocessed trauma that could have been addressed early. We knew we had to do something. The world is changing with increased exposure to technology for young children, heightened parental stress, increased rates of homelessness and poverty, global pandemic. It is impacting our most vulnerable population, our children. The old way of thinking that they will grow out of it for young children is proven again and again to be untrue, as we look at what unprocessed trauma does when kids reach teen years. We have epidemic levels of cutting, suicidal ideation, and school shootings. We can't keep pushing mental health under the rug and waiting for things to get out of control before we start treatment. We created our infant mental health program, and after a successful pilot year, we have been asked to expand. We are identifying kids early in preschool in the most underserved communities and starting therapeutic services as soon as red flags are identified. Providing services to children under 5 requires specialized training and approaches that our department has the qualifications to deliver. As we increase our Medicaid revenue fund and our fundraising and expand partnerships for sustainable funding, we are in need of this impact grant for seed money to address this serious need in the South. We can't keep putting these children off. Through quality mental health services, we need to help these children grow roots and develop the confidence to fly. Thank you.
Ooh, it's a lot of you. All right. My name is Allison Vaux. I'm the AVP of Philanthropy for Feeding Palm Beach County, Feeding South Florida. I was so inspired by, the meeting with the presentation coach here 1 week ago. After the meeting, I drove home thinking about the true purpose of Feeding Palm Beach County School Pantry Program, which is up for consideration. The innocent, defenseless children who are actually hungry and wondering where their next meal will come from. It brought me to tears to think that when little precious babies are born into this world, counting and depending on us, the adults, for their every need, that there actually comes a moment in time when they are hungry and have no food. This is a reality for some of the children right here in Palm Beach County at Santa Lucia's High School, who are charged on all sides with showing up, getting good grades, and preparing to start adulthood, and doing so all while dealing with grumbling, empty bellies, and the fear and shame of simply needing something to eat. Feeding Palm Beach County School Pantry Program is such a relevant solution. With a school pantry on site, when children who are hungry come to school, food is right there. Shame is removed, fear is eradicated, And there's an added bonus of being able to take some of that food home to other brothers and sisters and maybe even parents at home who may be hungry too. I love to share the experience of one of our school pantry students, little Lily, such a sweet little girl. She shared that she loves school, learning, and playing, but sometimes has a tummy ache and just wants something to eat. This was Lily's daily reality until our school pantry program came into her life. Through this program, Lily can grab something to eat anytime she feels like at school and take some home. Because of this, there has been a remarkable transformation in Lily's life. With a full belly and a nourished mind, she's thriving in school like never before. Her grades are improving and her confidence is soaring. There is a child and some children at Santa Lucia's High School, right here in Palm Beach County, who need the type of intervention that Lily received. The presence of delicious and nutritious food 5 days a week. Feeding Palm Beach County is requesting the support of Impact 100 to help change the narrative for children at Santa Lucia's High School. Your investment in these children through the school pantry program has many layers of the things that you care about most. That's impact. Feeding and nourishing children, you would be making it easier for teachers to educate the children, easing the burden for parents who want to do more, but honestly just can't afford to. If granted the funds, the children at Santa Lucia's High School may never have the pleasure of meeting any of you directly, the wonderful women of Impact 100 who cared enough to add a school pantry to their school. But you will be personally responsible for planting seeds of hope, opportunity, and the chance to succeed in the lives of so many young adults and children. The funds will be used. Oh, okay, stop. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jim Ball, founder of Fit America. I'd like to tell you how I got here. I spent 45 years in the sports and fitness industry working for many top brands. For the last 20 years of my career, I worked at Wilson Sporting Goods. I was president of Wilson Sporting Goods. I've been inducted into 2 sports industry Hall of Fames. But this job I have now is the most important job I've ever done in my life. 12 years ago, I ran into a study by The Lancet, which is the leading medical journal in the world. They said we have a pandemic of physical inactivity that must be erased. So I immediately looked into children's health, specifically about physical health. And the study showed that US kids are in last place, 38th out of 38 countries in the world in children's health. Last place. In fitness, our kids are ranked 47th out of 50 countries in the world in fitness. 90% of all children in America today are not active to CDC physical activity standards. The only thing kids are moving today are their thumbs. We see it every place, and it's dangerous. Our kids are in terrible shape. So I did research real quickly, found out where do kids learn these skills. One used to be in the families, but you don't see kids playing anymore. You drive up and down your streets, you don't see play anymore like it used to be. And the second place was in the schools. And I looked at these numbers, and they were devastating. Nearly 50% of all schools in America today have cut out or reduced physical education, where the average budget for physical education today is $462 for the entire school. So there's no money for programs, there's no focus on the calendar, so we have a sit and test system in our schools today, which is devastating for our kids. It's not working, it's failing. So the last bit of research I want you to look at is the 96% number. 96% of all female top executives in America today, they grew up playing sports. But only 30% of the girls in America today are playing sports on a regular basis. So if we want to help girls, if we want to help all kids in Southern Palm Beach County, we need to find a better way. This is when I launched Fit America. Fit America goes into the schools and rebuilds these physical education programs with great programs overall. You can see some of the pictures of the faces of these kids. They're energized, they're excited, they're in better shape. And the great news is that when they go back into the classroom, we have regular classroom teachers saying to us, wow, these kids are alive. The great thing is that what we're going to do in Palm Beach County with your investment, we're going to impact not 10 schools, but 15 schools, 10,000 children. Your average cost per child will be $10 per child. I'll put that up against any charity in the country. Our impact is the bottom line. We create healthier kids, smarter kids, and kids that are happier. And by the way, I'll go overtime here. There's such research out there about mental health issues with kids. Physical activity is a cure here too. So thank you very much for your support.
Wow. We have to just take a moment here and think about the needs that we just heard in our community. And this is why we are women of impact. We can fill these needs, and what a delight for us to be able to do so together. Okay, so this is a very important part of our program. We want to give you some detailed voting instructions in just a minute, but we also wanted to tell you about another announcement that you all have been asking us for, and it's regarding your membership renewals. This year, for the first time, we are able to offer a monthly payment plan, and the sooner that you would join that, you have 11 months to spread out the payments for your contribution. So we just wanted to bring that to your attention because we've been asked about that frequently, and we can finally deliver because we have a new system. So, yes. Okay, so the first step in the voting process is to be sure that all of our members have access to the internet. You can ensure internet connection in two ways. The easiest is via your phone. If for some reason you cannot access the internet on your phone, you can utilize Boca West Country Club's internet access. The network and password are shown on the screen.
If you have not already voted online, the second step is to check for an email that would have come to you from Impact 100 PBC this morning at approximately 11 a.m. If you do not see the email, make sure to check your spam folder. That happens quite a bit. If you still cannot locate the email, there will be ladies here with orange balloons, and you can receive a paper ballot. So if for any reason you would like to vote with a paper ballot, you can. Please raise your hand, and you'll start seeing the ladies with the orange balloons. So please raise your hand if you'd like a paper ballot, and we will get to you. If you do not need a paper ballot because you have found your email, let's walk through that process. You're going to open the email and scroll down and click the Vote Now button. That is going to direct you to the Grand Awards 2024 ballot via SurveyMonkey. Now you'll be able to review the ballot, and first you're going to cast your vote for one grant in each of the 5 focus areas.
After you cast your vote for one of the 5 focused areas, then you will be able to vote for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th grant by choosing your top 4 overall choices, even if you voted for them previously in the focus areas. Or you can vote for projects that you have not voted for previously. The finalists in each focus area with the highest number of votes will be awarded $100,000 grants. The finalists with the most votes for the remaining grants who are not recipients of a grant in the 5 focus areas will be the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th $100,000 grant recipients.
The 4 remaining finalists will each receive a merit grant of $21,150. No finalist will be awarded 2 grants. At this point, we're going to give you time to cast your vote, and after casting your vote, you can enjoy your dessert, which is on its way while the votes are being tabulated. And this is a nice little surprise for all of the women who are not seated at a designer table. Take a moment and look under your coffee cups. There's going to be 1 coffee cup with an orange tag. Okay. And whatever lady has the orange tag, you get to take home the floral arrangement at your table, compliments of Impact 100.
All right. 1 o'clock. We look forward to announcing the winners at 1 o'clock.
And one last item, ladies. If anyone has trouble voting, you can speak to the ladies with the orange balloons.
Okay, great. So as the final tabulation is happening, we have some very special thank yous. First, we would like to introduce you to Janine Malusinek. Janine is our president-elect.
And we knew that Janine was the right woman for the job when, while on vacation, she accepted the call to be our president-elect, and she referred to Impact 100 as the 8th wonder of the world. Yeah.
So Kimberly and I have 1 more year as presidents, but we get to work with Janine next year, which we are really looking forward to. And then she'll serve the 2025-2026 year. So we're very excited.
So first, we have a heartfelt thanks to our amazing Grand Awards event chair, Sarah Doyle. I know she's here somewhere, but we want to thank her for her creativity, her impeccable organizational skills. She kept us all focused and hard at work to bring you this beautiful event. She really inspired us. So thank you to Sarah. We have flowers for her.
We have flowers for you.
But we do not know where she is at the moment.
She's busy at work.
Also, a huge thank you to Renee Fader, who imagined, designed, and built. All right, did you all hear that? Imagined, designed, and built the gorgeous flower wall that was inspired by our logo, and I'm sure most of you had your photos taken in front of that very, very beautiful flower wall. Wow. We'd like to also thank returning board members and coordinators of the very creative and exciting impact tables and the corresponding raffle, Lisa Warren and Nicole Mugavero. They're over here.
And there's Sarah.
Yeah.
But finally, we want to express our deepest gratitude to our Grand Awards presenting sponsor, Marta Batmazian. Thank you, Marta.
Thank you, Marta.
Thank you. So one last thank you, and so important. We want to say thank you to Liz Carantes for emceeing our event today, for being a member of Impact, and to her and CBS News for the production and filming of that heartwarming and impactful video that they have done. And for you all to know, this evening at 5 o'clock on CBS 12, Liz is going to be hosting a part for us here and showing that video again on the news. So please tune in this afternoon at 5 o'clock.
So according to my phone here, it is 1:11, and we have been told that we will have the vote at 1:15, the results. So I think we have 3 minutes to spare. So we'll let you talk for just a few more minutes. And the next thing that should happen is the presentation of who will be our grant recipients this year. All right, ladies, we have our results. Whoops, sorry, I'm knocking everything off. Okay, this is the moment we've been waiting for. And all of those finalist presentations were so wonderful, and we just want to say thank you to Suzanne Covey, who was our speech coach who helped each of the finalists with their presentation. And she did a wonderful job helping them present their programs to us. So now this will be the announcement of our $100,000 grant recipients. I'm going to let Janine go first.
Okay. So the $100,000 grant recipient in the category of arts, culture, and historic preservation is Youth Orchestra of Palm Beach County.
The $100,000 grant recipient in the category of education is Mandel JCC of the Palm Beaches.
And I am going to be announcing the grant recipient of $100,000 in the Environment and Animal Welfare category. And the winner is Semper Fi Service Dogs.
Okay, and the winner in the family category is Florence Fuller Child Development Center.
So for the fifth category of health and wellness, the winner is Families First of Palm Beach County.
Now I will be announcing the recipient of our 6th grant award. And that is going to Fit America.
And for our 7th $100,000 grant recipient, it is Family Promise of Southern Palm Beach County.
Our 8th grant recipient, Eat Better, Live Better.
And our final grant recipient is Feeding Palm Beach County.
Congratulations to all of our winners, to our 9 $100,000 grant recipients and 4 merit winners. All of the winners, please stay for photos.
Members, thank you all for your commitment to Impact 100 and to our nonprofits. Thank you for the hard work that you are about to embark on. We hope everyone has a beautiful day, and thank you for attending with us.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much.